Hey everyone, the List Pro here, back for another video today. Today we are going to be ranking the WWE 2K slash SVR series. So let's just go ahead and get started and share my screen. All right. So for some reason, SmackDown vs. Raw 2006 is missing. Some of you might hit on me for this, but that would go in D tier. Matter of fact, let's make an F tier as well, just so people don't get confused. Yeah, I don't really like SVR 06 too much. I mean, the GM mode, some people say it's the best. I think it's the worst installment. I think the gameplay is a significant step down from the original SVR. Um, the roster isn't that great. To me, it just does not stand out. I think it's overpraised. WWE All Stars is also missing. That wasn't like an official installment, but I enjoyed that one quite a bit. I would put it in B tier. It feels a little hollow as far as like game modes go, but the gameplay is great, and it's just a different and interesting experience. Um, so I'm not going to rank these first three. For me, the series pretty much starts with Shut Your Mouth. So I'm going to go ahead and put it in C tier. It's a decent little game. There's some pretty crazy things going on in gameplay, and the overall gameplay is pretty good. The roster's great, one of the best ever because it's right after WCW, and all of their roster was acquired by WWE. Matter of fact, I'm gonna put this in like a low B tier. The season mode's good. This is just a fun game. Here Comes the Pain may have even more of a great roster. Some of you are gonna hate on me for this, but that's okay. I don't follow the hive mind. I have my own opinions here. So this is gonna go in C tier. The gameplay I think is a little downgraded from Shut Your Mouth. Yes, there's more advanced controls, but I like the way this game feels just a little bit more. But they're kind of on par with each other for the most part. The season mode's still good in this. I haven't really played this one as much. The original SVR is fucking awesome. I don't care what anyone says. This is A tier for me. Once again, just the gameplay is great, and it feels faster than Here Comes the Pain. The graphics are really good for a PS2 game. This is the first game with like an official soundtrack, and the soundtrack was great. It's how I discovered both Breaking Benjamin and Zebrahead. So thank you for that, SmackDown vs. Raw. So yeah, great game here. So I guess we jump right into 07 now, which I think is a pretty fun game. I'll put it in B tier. I think there was some gameplay issues, just like with 06. It was a little bit better, but I found the controls kind of confusing, so that takes away from it just a little bit. The roster's pretty good. Probably the best soundtrack in the entire franchise. Once again, thank you, SVR, for helping me discover 3 Days Grace, Godsmack, Rise Against, and probably some others. But anyways, yeah, this might have the best, we'll say second best GM mode in the franchise. That was fun. The season mode felt really revamped in this year. There was some cool storylines and stuff. I had a blast playing that. I just wish the gameplay was a little better. And there really should have been a PS3 edition because I'm a PlayStation person, I would say, over Xbox. So having to play it on PS2 is kind of unfortunate when Xbox had the updated graphics and whatnot. All right. SVR 08 is awesome. I don't care what anyone says. I had so much fun with it. I'm going to put it in S tier. Yes, I understand it's fundamentally flawed. I kind of like the fighting style system. The gameplay is a little simpler than 07. Some people might not like that, but I did. Um, the 24/7 mode was a genius idea, sort of intertwining GM mode and season mode into one big thing. I think was a great little experiment. The roster's kind of thin, but The wrestlers they do have are really good. There was some ECW guys, and I don't know. I understand objectively it's not the best game, but I loved the hell out of it, so it's S tier for me. Kind of the same with '09. I played this game so much, but it's not S tier. I will say I think the gameplay is a little better than '08 actually. They did away with the fighting styles and the gameplay feels a little faster and more fluid. I Online is was so much fun. This is the was the best for online, even though there were a lot of spammers and a lot of exploits to cheat and that sort of thing. Um, they added some more people to the roster, but mostly just jobbers. Like I don't know what people were really complaining about with the SVR8 roster. Oh, Shelton Benjamin wasn't a big deal. But anyways, as far as '09 is concerned, the road to WrestleManias, this was the first year they had it, and they were pretty good. I think this was the weakest installment of the road to WrestleManias. They were still trying to get it right. Um, Career mode's okay, and I did have fun with it. The fact that there's no GM mode is really disappointing, and I'm not going to sugarcoat that. And no real season mode, so there really isn't much to do in this game. I mean, even in SVR 10, it was story designer at least. Which, speaking of which, let's get to that game. This is a great game too. I'm gonna put a little low SVR 09. Story designer was really great, especially early on. Or actually, it got better. What am I saying? Because they added the branching storylines later on. Um, so the road to WrestleManias were a little bit better here. The gameplay was a little more smooth. The graphics took a hit for some reason. Um, yeah, nothing else really to say about it. It's a fun game. Um, Only a big complaint I have about it though is with the created superstars, you had to work really hard and grind to get their stats up. I mean, at least in '09 there was a cheat code. In 10, you have to do it the hard way, which is unfortunate for sure. SVR 11, the game where they cut all the moves. Despite that, it's still fucking awesome, and I'm putting it in S tier. Yes, nostalgia is probably a part of it. I don't give a fuck though. Um, Road to WrestleMania, this is the best year for it because of the backstage area. That was a really great element they added. The graphics are awesome. Weapons physics, I mean, everyone loves that about the game. Um, Matches are kind of short unless you change the sliders, which I actually kind of like that. I like the fast pace and that sort of thing. Um, just a fun game for sure. WWE 12, it's a step down. It's like B tier. You know, it has like create an arena for the first time, which was really limited in the beginning. Um, the gameplay took a hit. The gameplay's better in SVR 11 without a doubt. Graphics took a hit. They actually like are kind of bad, if I'm being honest. The Road to WrestleMania storyline's interesting once. It's really long. Um, and I kind of like it, but I really wish they did the individual stories. Um, the Jacob Cass part of the Road to WrestleMania was pretty fun. Otherwise, it was just kind of a rinse and repeat. I have a lot of nostalgia for it because I started watching WWE in 2011, so this was the first like new game I got while being a fan. So it has a special place in my heart for that. But objectively, it's just not the greatest game. WWE 13 is even worse. I would put it in like lower C tier. The one count glitch really fucking sucks, and there's no reason for it. I don't have a ton of nostalgia for the Attitude Era. I didn't really watch then, so I'm able to look at it through the lens of someone who didn't watch, and I realize the Attitude Era is a little overrated. So the fact the game was centered around it, I really didn't care about Attitude Era mode. Um, this was kind of the precursor to what we have now, which is showcase mode, where there's just like objectives, and I don't know about any of that. Oh, one thing I forgot to talk about in SVR 11, and I guess it continued throughout the entire series to this day, is Universe Mode. Now, Universe Mode was really limited in SVR 11, though, and it really sucked having to turn off universe mode just to be able to play a match where things didn't affect universe mode. It was all confusing, and you couldn't even have title matches. It was kind of weird the first year. The second year, WWE 12 had a great universe mode. That's part of the reason it's in B tier, is because it was really unpredictable and chaotic, and people were getting injured. It felt like it was a really great experience as far as that goes. And WWE 13, the universe mode got better in that game. It continued to evolve because shit, what was I saying? Oh yeah, it continued to evolve because you were able to edit matches and shows and how many shows you want per week and that sort of thing. You could reset the universe mode. It was a big pain in the ass not being able to in these two games. So here we have the last THQ game, even though it's called 2K, and that's WWE 2K14. This is probably the best wrestling game I've ever played, to be honest. The gameplay is just on point. It took everything about 12 and 13 and made it better. There's no one count glitch anymore. The roster's great. I mean, 30 years of WrestleMania mode was really creative, and it's great for fans who don't know the history of WrestleMania. So gameplay solid, good 30 years of WrestleMania mode. The beat the streak mode was awesome. Great roster. Maybe the best roster in any WWE game ever, as far as like base roster is concerned. So yeah, just an awesome game. WWE 2K15 is not really good at all. It's D tier. I have a little nostalgia for it, so it's not F tier. I do like the showcase mode, both of them, with Cena and Punk's rivalry and Triple H and HBK's rivalry. That was fun. Soundtrack's pretty decent for a later 2K game, or an early 2K game, I should say. WWE 2K16's fucking terrible. The Austin showcase mode, it was so boring. Yes, the roster's bigger, but it's mostly jobbers that nobody cares about. Gameplay took a hit even from the year prior. Same with 17. I did not play 18. 2K19 was a step in the right direction. It was fun. Maybe like low B tier. I'll put it ahead of Shut Your Mouth. A lot of people praise this game. I think it's good. It's not like great or anything, but definitely enjoyable. I didn't really play any of the modes on it, just exhibition. 2K20 is complete trash. It's getting its own category. I'll say this, they made it look really good in the fucking commercials. That's what made me tempted to buy it, but we all know what a disaster this was. I don't even need to talk about it. It was so bad that I did not get WWE 2K22, but after hearing for like a year it was good, and that 2K23 was going to be good too, I did get 2K23, and it's one of the best wrestling games I've ever played, so it's an S tier. I know a lot of people are still complaining about it. I don't care. I like it. I like the Cena showcase mode because it's every time Cena lost. I thought that was lost a big match. I thought that was creative and cool. The gameplay is great. It's much better than 2K19. Everything feels a lot more fluid. They really got the gameplay down. There's so much you can do. I mean, community creations are better than ever. Graphics are better than ever, and just being able to have any arena and superstar I understand community creations have always been a thing, but superstars have never looked so like I can't even tell the difference anymore between a created superstar and someone in the base game. So that really opens up everything. GM mode's back. I haven't really explored it. It looks kind of dumb and watered down. I don't really watch the product much anymore, so none of the GMs, Sky Adam Pierce, I don't care about any of that, so that would probably take away my enjoyment. I've mostly just been playing exhibition, listening to some tunes in the background, and that's about the extent of it. So this pretty much concludes the list here. Just wanted to make this quick video because I've been playing the WWE games for years, so these four are basically the best. And for personal enjoyment, I would put SVR 09 in S tier, even though it's kind of limited, but I'm trying to be fair as well. So, yeah, there you have it. Let me know what you think of my tier list and how you would rank the WWE games in the comments. And that pretty much wraps up the video here. I am the List Bro, and I will see you next time.